Achoo, cough. Rar? Uh-oh. I don't think I'm coming off. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no see, or speak, or what have you. Unfortunately, there's been a whole lot going on, and there's going to continue to be a whole lot going on, which is going to keep us very busy at TAT. So, yeah, it has been a while since our last video upload, but I promise in the near future, things will be looking up as TAT will be getting funded better. uh, yo, what is good, Steven? Steven Chapman? Oh, right, because this isn't Twitch, this is YouTube. But yeah, let me get the introductions out the way, and then I can just speak freely. I'm your host, Mithos Oblivion TAT, owner of the Ash Tyrants Mythos, a gaming community powered by the players for the players. And if you want to check out our content, check us out on YouTube, Twitch. Check us. Also join us on our Discord. Links in the description box below. And yeah, let's get right into it. Yo, welcome to the chat, man. Happy to have you. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to, spare some time to actually get some TAT working because it's been a hot minute since I streamed anything, uploaded any videos. But yeah, I've been wanting to. Honestly, I was watching Euro Brady cover Doki Doki Literature Club, and I love his videos, and I didn't want to get it spoiled for me, so I figured, you know what, let me stop holding out on actually playing Doki Doki Literature Club and just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm very shy, but yeah, I'm sure you guys are gonna enjoy that. But yeah. Oh, what the whatchamacallit? The browser looked like before. Hold on. Music. Music. What browser do we can play with? Okay. This gives me some ideas for the official website for TAT when I finally have enough funds to make it for us. That's cute. The thing about Natsuki here, as adorable as she is, I really do not like the whole tsundere type of like personality. Just has always like turned me off. Has just I'm very like not interested in that kind of personality, that kind of standoffishness. Um, but yeah, um, she's still charming, but in her own ways. But it is not for me. Aside from the fact that she looks very young. Unable to open. What are these? Sayori character? Yuri character. Files. Why is Monica like such a much bigger file size than the other three? Like triple the size. Interesting. Sayori is actually the runner-up. Anyway, game audio blah blah blah. Unable to open these files. All right, that's fine. How do we start the game? DDLC. There we go. Ain't no way. Everybody left the chat. That's interesting. Okay, so we started the game, apparently. As you can see, I have not actually played the game myself. I have seen a couple of things that have spoiled the game for me a little bit before, but not a whole lot. So let's just get right into it. Yeah, I get that, Steven. Fucking press play. Anyway, here we go. Mithos. Yes, my name is Mithos. Matthiasus. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself, like she just don't care. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Sure, I guess, yeah. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I just have you coming through my headset while I'm building a circle. I did see that photo in on Discord. You're just building a giant, massive circle. Is that like around your guardian farm? But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Is she really that overbearing? However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. That's something I do. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Oh, maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Mithos. No, that's the start of my main base. I did send you the screenshot of what I'm building. Okay. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Like, yo, this dude just shut her down fucking hard, dude. Like, what the fuck? Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Okay, she's really up. I'm all for that. I really love that positive energy. It's still overbearing even for me, but like I don't know. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whoa, really? You don't think that was mean? Whatever you say, Sayori. Yo. I guess they must be really, really close friends. Like really, like. Okay. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Mithos, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true! Oh, you told me you would join a club this year! Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on. God. Yo, he has a very low perception of her. Like, the image of her to our character is very, not simply dismissive, but just borderline, like she's just beneath our time and attention. Not quite there, but just borderline that to that extent. At least so far. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Let me look at the Discord chat. Hold on. Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that dude, what you guys are building there in the Java server is really fucking cool. Oh right, yeah, you sent me that too, yeah. When you build that shit, I want to see that. That's gonna, oh my god. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before coming. Yo, girl, you're worried a little too much about me. You understand? Like, chill. I'm good. Your happiness is really important. Yo, Sayori. On the one hand, I love this, right? Like, I would cherish this kind of attention, right? Like, I do. I'm a big softie for a girl that shows that she actually cares and actually cares by caring, right? By having by almost smothering me with attention, her attention, her interest and care. But this is especially to someone that's very dismissive of her. Just not just outwardly dismissive, but like almost aggressively, like borderline aggressively dismissive of her. Is really concerning. Like, your happiness is really important to me. Like it sounds extremely codependent, even. Okay. Like, because I watched about like 30 minutes of Euro Brady's stream, so I did get to see some of his analysis of this, but actually playing this myself, like, I can see what he's talking about firsthand, and it's like really apparent. Like, yo, girl, you. For those that don't know, Euro Brady is a therapist. He does like Let's Plays of giving his own clinical analysis of like different video game characters and so on. I deeply enjoy watching his content day by day. I have a week to put as much time into it, and then I'll have to slow down on it again. Okay. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look out a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? She seems a lot more, caring than fucking my fucking dickhead ass. Like I seem very, like, I really could care less about whatever. She's actually thinking about the future and, well, more so worrying about my own future and stuff, like, anyway. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relate to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. It's going to make you late to your own club. Like, exactly, Sayori. You, think about yourself a little bit more and a little less about me. I mean, personally, I would be very flattered. But this guy, at his dismissive ass towards you, does not deserve or need half of the amount of attention or whatever this is going on from you. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. I chew, cough, rawr. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? What do you think, dipshit? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Oh, there's actually quite a delay in the live stream. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Yo, Yo. Oh, that's nice. You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Okay, there we go. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. You're not lying there. What are you looking at? Like, even this one, as much as wrinkled as my nose becomes at her personality, I just don't like the tsundere type. Like, she is very cute. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude. Exactly. I don't like sour. I love and adore and cherish sweet in every area of my life. Whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. That's not to say that she doesn't have a lot of charm to her, but we'll probably see a lot of that later in the game, in the playthrough. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. That's another thing that's like, But anyway. Meanwhile, you know, fucking Yuri over there. Also one of the, she is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Yeah, I can relate, like, being a fellow introvert. Oh, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Mithos. Monica's looking fucking just pops her hip up in the air like, yeah, what's up? Chest all out, like, it was good. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. I certainly wouldn't say out of my league, but... not, I have to get to know these girls a little bit better. I mean, at the moment, I strongly gravitate towards Yuri. As much more my type than the rest here, but from the impression I get, Monica is much more versatilely capable in, like, general avenues where her, how do you put it? Her charm would be very confusing for me to be able to recognize anybody else's charm standing next to her, if that makes sense. Because she might, like, as you can see just from how she, like, her posture, and, you know, she's, whatchamacallit, she clearly has a very dominating presence, while still being very feminine and very soft in a sense. Like, just very capable in a very general sense. Come sit down, Mithos. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. Yo, Sayori, I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. This girl, yo. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Hold on. Give us a second, chat. Chat, hold on, chat. Calm down, chat. Hold on. 1 second, chat. Okay, we're back. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look a little like cats. Look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. This girl, yo. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? See, that's very cute. You know, it's not that her charms are elude me. It's just the surface level, the tsundere personality is just really puts me off, you know. But that's not to say that she doesn't, that I don't notice a lot of her charm. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Yeah, I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher just gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess, yeah. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Yo, Monica, I swear. The way she just takes a dig into somebody's vulnerability there is like, wow, like, just, and look at her expression, like, no problems digging into a vulnerability whatsoever, like, poke, that's so cute, everybody knows that you're shy about this, like, yo, look at her, like, just, because I've always been a very, very strong introvert, and that level of extroversion, that level of, like, being out on the surface, just blatantly, like, aggressively, like, exposed, or just exposing people like that, just in real time, really, like, puts me off my game, like, in a very, very, aggressive way, and makes me regress into my introversion. Like, all this talking that you guys hear me doing, like, that doesn't come natural to me. These are learned skills. So my energy reserves get zapped really quickly when confronted by somebody with that level of extroversion, that is also intellectually capable, like myself, to be able to pierce into people's vulnerabilities like that. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. I appreciate this from our avatar here, our main character, like, trying to placate Yuri from feeling too vulnerable from Monica's dig right there, right into, like, her shyness and stuff. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Getting right to the point, aren't you, Monica? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. And if it wasn't for my proclivities, being such a very introverted person, and me and my sensitivities and wanting to I feel like Monica and I have a lot of similarities. She does make me feel, with her being in a position of authority, makes me feel very vulnerable. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, TAT, our whole Discord community, our gaming company that we're building. Yeah, exactly. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it, like all the guilds I made game after game in the name of TAT, yeah. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. One second. There we go. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Oh, that is curious. I thought Brady, I got about this far. No, I got about like 10 minutes further into Euro Brady's playthrough before I said, alright, let me not spoil the game anymore for me and let me play it myself. So I thought he was just overreaching, I guess, at that part when we saw Sayuri and Yuri's what they had to say about Monica's leadership, but we didn't get to see Natsuki's response, or Natsuki add her 2 cents to that, which it actually is pretty curious. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Yo, look at the hand. Like, what is this? Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new. Sure. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Yeah. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! Let's do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Hey Steve, are you still there in chat, by the way? I want to ask you, how far behind does the stream look behind my voice? If you're not, don't worry about it, but I'm trying to gauge, like, if you guys are hearing my voice in real time and the game is playing, like, 20 seconds behind what I'm saying or something like that, 15-20 seconds, or if it's matching up. But I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Mithos, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I'm here, but I have stream on mute. Okay, no worries. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Yeah. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Simp! Beta! I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Oh, you're in 2 streams. Yo, see? You're always doing the most. Like you're so, like, knowledgeable on Ark and, what you call it, Minecraft. You may as well be a Ark and Minecraft developer at the same time, and you're watching 2 streams at the same time. Like, yo, do you do anything like normal? Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. I'm in Dalek's and... No, I'm not. No. Oh, damn. I didn't know Dalek was streaming right now. Hold on. Let me join his as well. Okay, so now I'm in my stream, and we're also in Dalek's stream. By the way, chat, for anybody watching, Dalek Lucky, he's also he's representing TAT on his stream if you want to check him out. He's a great streamer on Twitch. That's Dalek_Lucky, DALEK_Lucky, twitch.tv, twitch.tv/Dalek, DALEK_Lucky, LUCKY. Feel free to give him a follow. Check out his content. He's streaming Minecraft right now. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's all... Oh yeah, books, not people. Okay. Yo, Dalek, welcome to the chat, ho! I mean, gardening tool you can't say on Twitch, but we're on YouTube, so I can call you a ho. Anyway, but you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud!" And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Yo, Sayori! Sayori saddles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share some sometime? No! 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 Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aww, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. Fucking hips up in the air like pow. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Mithos? Now I'm saying it like Dalek. Mithos. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. You fucking dickhead. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Mithos? Yo, that's terrible, yo. This guy is a dickhead, yo. You all... Writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. You know, not for nothing. Yeah, like, frickin'... Fuck it, like, they all seem very pleasant. You know, Natsuki, even though, like, you know, her tsundere personality, like, you know, kind of sets me off, like, not, like, puts me off, let me put it that way. They all seem like wonderful girls, you know, and Natsuki seems well-intentioned, very sweet as well, you know, like, wonderful people to be around in general. Very positive and stuff, so there's no reason to, like, anyway. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light, and look at how happy they are! Like, they're so happy to have my presence, like, just for no reason. like what? Like, okay, alright, okay, cool, yeah, I'm totally down, whatever makes you girls happy, like, yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Yo, that's a dominant ass fucking, like, posture there. Every time, like, another step has been made in the relationship, in the bond, or what have you, she just pops her hips up in the air, chest out, just domineering like that. It's like, then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Like, yo, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Mithos, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yo, Monica, you need to stop looking into my soul the way I look into other people's souls. It's making me feel very vulnerable. Yo, it just throws in a like what? Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? No. No. Your writing skills, no. No. No, this character is mid. Like, just, no. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Mithos, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? If it makes you happy, sure, Sayori. That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with the writing of a poem tonight. True. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. So this is pretty much where I left off in watching the Euro Brady playthrough of this. And I'm actually going to go in the same direction because I too, to this point, like Yuri the most. I'm hesitant about Monica. I feel like Monica and myself, like in real life, her character and myself, share a lot more similarities than any of these three. But generally speaking, I feel much more comfortable, much more in control, let's say, safe, much more interested at this point in time with Yuri than I would with Monica, which that may change later. So let's try to garner her interest, shall we? See, comfort, grief, cheer, disaster, fun, fantasy. Uh-oh. Okay. So that fantasy was for Natsuki. Vivid, misfortune, eternity, anxieties. Oof. Eternity? There we go. Fester, vertigo, broken. Desire. Yes. Massacre. Precious. Spinning. Freshness? Yo. Alright. Papa. Raindrops. Disoriented. Treasure. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. Spend enough time during the poem minigame for the music to loop. Oh, that didn't take long. Disoriented. Valentine. Starscape. Mouse. Incongruent. Shopping. Heart. Valentine? Oh boy. Can I go back a bit? Fluffy, Flea, Joy, Holiday, Variance, Sparkle, Aura, Despise, Disown, Vivacious. Okay, so big words. Yuri. Got it. Heaven sent. Together, fireworks, happiness, shiny. Covet. Unrestrained. Covet. Calm. Intellectual, laugh, insight, atone, waterfall, kiss. Intellectual. Okay. Vacation, sing, graveyard, meager, landscape, melody, playground, clouds, bunny, family. Melody? Oh boy. Damn, I got a lot of points on Natsuki. Like, the runner-up to Yuri would be Sayori for me. Alright, you headphones, depression, hopeless, misery. Oh my god. Anime, feather, jumpy, bubbles, depression, headphones, misery, hopeless. Oh my god! Sayuri! Hopeless? Really? Extraordinary, charm, climax, nightgown, pleasure, wow, okay, damn, pleasure, nice, yeah, Yuri! Oh my god, you're amazing! Contamination, Doki Doki. What the fuck is effulgent? That's a word I actually don't know. Puppy, journey, socks, fickle, captive. Captive? What the fuck? Philosophy, alone. Oh my god. Philosophy, there we go. Swimsuit, bed, okay. Milk, peace, ocean, summer, hair, unstable. Poof. Hair, okay, unstable? Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. No wonder I like Yuri so much. Alright, yeah, she's definitely on there. Defeat, special, memories, candy, bliss, wonderful. Cage? Cheeks. I do like cheeks. Loud, whirlwind. Special? Okay. Alright, that's nice. Special. Flower, after image. Death. Oh boy. Romance. Romance for sure, I think. Warm, entropy. Adventure. Entropy. Oh shit. Fuck. Alright. That's fine. We're still well in the lead with Yuri right now. So, clumsy, melancholy. Melancholy for sure. Essence, unending. Love. Fireflies, jump, music, marshmallow, uncanny. Melancholy. Okay. Whistle, shame, boop, scars, question, dream, email, strawberry, nibble, sunset, question. And existence, tragedy, tenacious, prayer, play, silly, fear, cute. Smile. Existence. There we go. Hi again, Mithos. Yo. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Mithos. Yo, the blush on your face, you just make me so, like, it's making me blush. Like, chill out, Yuri, please. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join the club this year, and join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Yo. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Yo, Monica, like, the cues, how quickly she just snaps to digging into people's, like, vulnerabilities whenever it's like, remotely observable. Like, whenever it reveals itself, even remotely in the slightest. Don't worry, guys. Mithos always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Yo, this girl, that is not the face to be making after a statement like that. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Yo, Yuri, like, you really wear yourself on your sleeves just like myself, don't you? How come? You and Mithos can become good friends. Yo, Sayori, you don't know what I'm capable of or where my interests lie. Like, I might take you up on that, you know, and you might not even know what you're saying. Like, Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should come to your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Sayori and Monica. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. Yo, the book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mithos? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly you thought you related to the protagonist. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Huh. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. You just weren't paying attention to everything she was just saying, were you? Well, I guess it's alright, buddy. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Yo, Yuri, it's quite alright. It's okay. I'm weird too. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. And of course, that's also me being very naive about walking into the clutches of somebody who's probably very unstable. Because we know what kind of game this is. Let's be honest, right? In real life, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Everybody's got their kinks or whatever the case. Everybody has their own interests, and it can be pretty. It can vary pretty widely from the norm sometimes. But given the nature of the game we're playing, obviously, it's a little more than idiosyncratic, a little more than abnormal. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Yo, you smooth little dog, you. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Yo! Yuri! That's so cute. Oh my god. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. I'm sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yo, he's so smooth! Look at this guy, yo. What? Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. So helpful. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Yeah, I bet. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Probably too mature for the nature of Doki Doki Literature Club, but with this level of intimacy, he'd probably have more than one problem distracting him right now from his book. And let's leave it at that. Are you ready? To turn the page. Yeah, to turn the page. Yeah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. She's so sweet. Oh my god. I'm being captivated live on stream right now, caught in 4K. Like this is really, really embarrassing. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Okay. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Yeah. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Mithos, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Yo! That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Yo, Monica. Yo, Monica. Yo. Oh. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Like, she knows, okay, that's quite enough progress in the Yuri route at this point. Let me, let me make a brief break in the Yuri route for us to make progress in other areas. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this, Monica. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read it with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral note. Oh, okay. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay. Well, we already made substantial progress, I think, with Yuri. I'm super curious about Monica. I really want to get to know more about her personality, her quirks, and see if we can see any chips in her armor at any point to really get to find some common ground between us. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Right. Hi, Mithos. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. If you're really enjoying yourself, then you should join our Discord at by adding the Ash Tyrant on Discord for the rules and invitation. Description, all links in the description box below. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Yo, that how do you have a dominating posture where your ass up in the air, just pop, chest out, like, arms behind your back, and you still come off imposing? Like, don't worry, Mithos. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Mithos. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Really? It's really metaphorical. Haha. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Okay. I see how that's scripted. Something so deep if you're... Yeah, it depends on whose interest you spark the most. So, for depth, Yuri. For cuteness, Natsuki. And for misery, yo. Sayuri. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. It's easiest. Yeah, okay. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's right. That's exactly how I tend to try to go about things as well. I don't like. I'm a very private person. I don't like people knowing what I'm capable of or my more or a lot of my interests. You know, only the superficial ones, and so on. So, even though my presence is very Monica-esque, so to speak, I still like to keep as under the radar as possible in real life with people's expectations of me. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Of course, you know that I know that, though. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. You are extraordinarily insightful. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Something tells me that's a lie. Like, bold-faced. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. Yeah, I'm sure you would, Monica. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Of course. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkled for truths? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Wait, what? Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, I already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. How many different ways can I interpret this? Oh my god. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. So, I can only interpret this as someone who discovers either in someone or somewhere that is so much bigger, so much grander in their eyes than their own life or themselves. Like, let's say you look in, like, you finally get to know somebody that you admire or something like that, right? And you find out that they are so much greater than you could possibly imagine, than you could have possibly imagined. Like, you know, like, there's so much more to admire in someone. And then you look at yourself and you find yourself to be, in your own eyes, so much smaller. Like, you know, or you look at your own life and see it as so small, so insignificant, so lacking in life itself, in adventure, in meaning, in comparison to someone else's life and the possibilities that they have at their disposal to access. And something like that, right? So, what do you think? I think it was extraordinarily deep. Like, fucking, it hits some very sensitive chords, and it can evoke extremely powerful and dormant emotions. It's very free-form, if that's what you call it. So I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? That's an excellent question. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, Okay, Yuri. Yuri reads the poem. I noticed her eyes lighten. Exceptional. She really liked my poem. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Yo, Yuri, it's quite alright. It's quite so creepy. An inside look into her own thoughts for a split second. Interesting. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I was trying to impress. I just meant, he trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Wow. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. I never picked up on that. That's interesting. That's actually a really interesting thing to know about, like formatting poems, how to create something like a poem, haiku, or other form of literature. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Yeah, seriously. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Yeah, but sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem next? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. I can tell, as extremely introverted as I am, Yuri is, I don't want to say more introverted than I am, because I am extraordinarily introverted, but due to life experience and I'm not in my teens anymore or anything like that. I'm not even in my early 20s. I have a wealth of experience in hyper developing my extroverted side, developing my social skills. So, but she is extraordinarily introverted, I can tell. As if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. Blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Could this be somebody who is grounded in their own sense of where they choose to exist, in their own sense of time, past, present, or future, whether to look towards the future and live towards making progress towards the future, or living strictly for the present, or living in the past, to their own discretion. Is this what this is expressing? The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Ghost under the light. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. Time holds no grasp to this ghost. At least that's what I garner from it. These are some pretty awesome poems. Like, what? I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I was not expecting that. Like, what? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Yeah, well, I'm not very well read. I just don't read script very often. That, too, is also kind of hard to read her handwriting. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. Like, yeah, for such a short poem, like, wow. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to share something a little more mild. That's mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Jerry? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Mithos. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Yeah, the sickening green hue of the future. Refusal to move forward. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Damn, she's cute. Oh my god. Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Mithos. Wow. Okay. Me too. Yeah, that tickled. Alright, so you're the one, you're my childhood friend, and you're the one that brought me to this club. Let's go for you next. This is a good poem, Mithos. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean that I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, Mithos. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Yo, Sayori. Thanks for the words of confidence. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through the blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. What? Oh. Yo. Let me reread that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through the blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Yo. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? This is just a little bit too a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. This girl, yo, don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Right. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. 这是什么poem to next, Natsuki? Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? Yo, girl, I swear to God, I will toss your fucking... I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, to be honest, I like it. Like, it's not my forte, or not my preference, so to speak. It's not what I gravitate towards, but it is very cute. It's super simplistic. It's very cute. Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Right. It helps to bring out the feeling in the last line. Exactly, that's exactly what I got out of it. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Yeah, I bet. I'm glad you learned something. Yeah, thanks, Nancy. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Actually, whatchamacallit? I would say my level of writing is honestly around her level when it comes to making poetry and whatnot. Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Oh, what's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. Yeah. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Yo, Natsuki, chill. Fuck. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Yeah, Sayori liked it. And Mithos did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Yo. And Mithos liked my poem too, you know. Yeah, he even told me he was impressed by it. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri. Oh my god, Natsuki. That's not what You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Mithos appreciates my advice more than she appreciated girls. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Mithos started showing. Natsuki. Yo, what? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Mithos, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. I can actually appreciate what she just said there, because me, like, a lot of my preferences fall under the ideology that less is more. Like, when it comes to clothing, for me, less is more. When it comes to, like, all kinds of things, I much prefer straightforwardness, and, because if I really have to use my head to, when it comes to parables and riddles and stuff like that, I am terrible at parables and riddles and and puzzles and stuff. Like, I'm just horrible at it. I much prefer and very much appreciate straightforwardness and, straight answers, things like that. Help me explain that to her, Mithos. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Mithos? There's a lot of value in both. Like, in this instance, there's a lot of value in both, ways of looking at it. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh boy. So of course, oh god, okay. Help me, Sayori. Yeah. Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri. Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Yo. Sayori. Eh? Yeah? Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Yo, that's so smooth. A little blunt, but yeah. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. Yo. She would never. It's your maturity that made her upset in the first place. Somehow I ended up making this worse. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because... Well... Also... Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Yeah, as she should. She definitely to control that situation. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. Oh, make some tea. Yeah. There rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. Yeah, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd like to say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Mithos, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Mithos! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier, what do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Mithos, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Yeah, naturally. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, it's interesting that obviously, myself, most guys would be having the same consideration. And I'm sure girls do. But for the main character in the script here to also have that consideration, it's actually pretty interesting. Normally that's not the case in a lot of anime and visual novels. Well, we just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal model hook sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. And I think with that... we're probably going to end the stream here. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Hope you enjoyed the content, and as always, I've been your host, Mithos Oblivion TAT, owner of the Ash Tyrant Mithos, a gaming company powered by the players for the players. And if you'd like to join our Discord and play other games with us, such as Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, Apex, Minecraft. We have our own TAT Java, and our own TAT Bedrock servers as well, and other games like that. Just add the Ash Tyrant on Discord below, or the name of the profile in the description box below. For the rules and invitation, joining our Discord is free, and if you believe in what we're doing, bring the power of the gaming industry back in the hands of the gamers, you guys, then become a Patreon supporter and support us directly. Every membership counts, and it'll help us produce more content in the future for our YouTube channel. Check us out on Twitch, and the whole 9 yards. But hopefully we'll catch you guys in the next one. And it's been a little while, but yeah. Java for the win, Steven! Alright, man. Have a great night, everybody. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the content, and deuces.